Hi. Since it's rainy today, we're going to take the next few videos into the training room. So today we're going to talk about coordination exercises for your dog. Okay? The first coordination exercise I have on page 42 of your canine conditioning book, for those of you who have the book, it's called scattered stick. So this uses the technique called agility. Okay? And the benefit is that it improves your dog's hind end awareness. When a dog walks, it sees where it's going with its front paws because the front paws are right under the face. What they can't see is where their hind paws are. This is a skill on dogs that's taught. Okay? So what scattered sticks are, they're just like, mine are just sticks, a bunch of sticks. You can use bamboo sticks, you can use ski poles, you can use broom handles, anything that's low to the ground. If you want to make it a bigger challenge once your dog gets used to this, you can use bigger and smaller poles. But to start them off, I like to start with 4 or 5 poles. And as you want to make it more complicated for the dogs, you can start using 8, 9, 10 poles and really scattering them and making the gaps between your poles closer and closer. When you're starting out the dog, you want to use about 4 or 5 poles and make the gaps between the pole nice and big so the dog doesn't trip as they're going through the scattered poles. All right? Because we're trying to teach the dog hind end awareness, we don't want them to get discouraged. We're also teaching them something called proprioception. Proprioception is the skill of knowing where your body parts are, so spatial awareness. All right? So we've made this nice and easy. I have 5 poles here ready for Isabella, scattered more or less. And that's something when you're scattering your poles the first time, try not to overlap them too much with each other, because you don't want, again, you don't want to make it super complicated for the dog. Okay, so do this. So I'm going to take a treat stay. Where you are, Miss Izzy. I'm going to take a couple of treats here, and I'm going to lure the dog the first time through the mess of poles I've just created. Now, since it's the dog's first time, she probably will trip in the poles, and that is okay. It's not, she hasn't done anything wrong. She just has to learn, she or he just has to learn how to pick up their feet. So let's go for our first time here, nice and slowly. Good girl. As she puts her feet in the middle of the pole, I'm going to release a treat, okay? Let's go again. Good girl. Oh, that's no big deal. We tripped a pole, no big deal. Good girl. Okay? And the more often you do this, the more often your dog will learn how to pick up its feet. You ready, Izzy? Ready again? Come here, this way, this way. Again. The nice part about this is that you can change the pattern by just changing the direction you're going. Good girl, Izzy. Okay. And just to show you guys, I'm going to make this really complicated, a little bit more complicated for her. To close the gaps, I'm going to add a few poles. Okay. Then we're going to make her go. Come here. And give her some room. Line her up. Okay, the point is not to have her fail. Okay, oops. Apparently I don't have spatial awareness either. Okay, come on. And then I'm, oops, pay attention. Slowly. There you go. Good girl. All right, and this is how you do the scatter stick exercise with your dog.